That wanted one. I have some, I have some, sorry, Tim.
Yeah, you don't do it today, either. Yeah. That's right.
All right. Yeah.
According to the computer, it says 6:30. Meeting moved into order. Roll call.
Klein,
Here.
Enoch,
Here.
Pujol,
Here.
Roder,
Here.
Stag.
Here. Okay. Approve the agenda. Motion to approve. Second. All in favor? Aye. For consent agenda items.
Wait, was there anybody from the public
Oh,
listed item
sorry.
on the agenda there?
Oh, public comment.
Yeah, there you go.
Public comments?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm Jean Sippy. First of all, thank you, Brian, for being our mayor. I've been wanting to run the council for, I bet it's 2 years. I'm ashamed to say it, but, I think you know, but I am so happy about the support you give our library. I'm not kidding. I brag to everyone about our library. We're a small town. I said, yeah, Swisher. So, I know there might be hard times ahead, but I don't know all the details, but he's just done a really good job. I appreciate it. I mean, it's something I look forward to in the middle of the afternoon on a walk. Oh, I can pop into the library. It's just a joy of the services, classes, canopy. I use it a lot, so.
Thank you.
Keep it up. That's all.
Anything else? Okay. Approve consent for agenda items.
Motion to approve consent agenda.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Down to reports.
All those. You know, some of the next times.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that.
Okay, reports. Start with the sheriff. Anything happening new that we need to know about?
I'm aware.
Okay. Engineer.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Final out the lining project as well, as you guys well know, the sewer project, they're currently pouring, what they call them, the inserts, the areas around the intakes down there. They have, a little bit of sidewalk to do, some backfilling of the curbs and different things like that. Some seating, and then they'll enter into a punch list, so it's looking really good to get to the punch list point, hopefully here in a couple of weeks. Whether, holding like it is now.
That's all on Third Street you're talking about, right?
Correct, yeah. Then they're gonna come back, there's some other seating areas that they have to do and some of the stuff they did last year, so, we'll see them kind of back up in Howard areas.
When they do all that seating and everything, they'll still be able to get the street open though, but
Yeah, street will be,
yeah.
it's open to local traffic right now, so people can get in their driveways. So,
Another week.
for kind of plat review for Miranda first, and also a site plan for them. We answered a question about the lowest minimum opening, for the Pleasant Hill subdivision. We, also, obviously, we'll talk about later to, in the agenda. We worked on the pavement, parking lot, plans and anything like that. And then, just kind of let you know, the next thing we're looking to do is we're gonna put together quote documents and go out for televising a Region 5 sewer. That's next on the list.
Demo line, Region 5.
Yeah, to be after July. Yeah, well, maybe later this fall. I mean, what we do.
Is Region 5 a pretty long one?
It's not too bad.
Anything from the council? I do have one thing I'd like to address for we had a complaint sent in about the washout area at Cassie Park. Where the weeds being quite high, because we couldn't get in the mode because it's swampy. Do we want to address looking in the future to taking up a couple ash trees and putting riprap down through the washout area from one culvert to the next?
Well, if we don't do something, it's gonna be the problem every year.
True. Like I said, with lack of tree engineering.
We have to put that on another agenda to even discuss.
Okay, well,
Don't forget, I'm checking on this year, yeah, so.
Oh, no, you're fine, you're fine. So a couple things. We've had some issues here with some filamentous bacteria and we've run 4 other aeromod plants. For some reason, Swisher is the only one where we kind of tend to have this problem from time to time. I don't know what makes you guys so lucky. So we'd like a little bit of chemical to kind of help deal with that and kind of keep that at bay. So I kind of gave you a rough estimate of what that would cost. So we'd like to kind of look into that, if that's okay, if you guys would approve that. We've been waiting for a while for Delta to come just do maintenance on the dryer. Well, our main contact we've worked with forever is not there anymore, and so we finally have a new person signed to us, so we're kind of starting that whole process over again. So I'll update the council as we get that kind of rescheduled and all that. So kind of obviously the big thing here, I finally got some, literally like late last week for the digester pumps. So we've been running with the one digester pump being down, we can open up the valves and use one pump to pump 2. So we've been doing that here lately, and pretty much if you just, with that one, since we've been working it a little harder lately, if you don't sit there for, I basically had to spend kind of hours at the plant watching that. When it trips out, we gotta go reset it and then let it run, and it's basically time for 2 pumps. And so I hate to have to ask for both, but we need to replace both of those pumps for the digester. So I just got quotes. I'll forward that to council so we can put on the next agenda for approval. It ended up being $6,047 a piece. That'll include new starter capacitors and installation and all that stuff. So we're gonna need to do that. So
How long are those?
what's that?
How long has it been since we've replaced?
Well, I've been working with you guys since what, 2017, and it's been years before that, so it's time, so.
You don't think it's anything like electrically like that we need to?
No, because we already troubleshot the panel and stuff,
Panel,
what's in the panel on that stuff, no, but the starter capel, that stuff's been fine, we've looked at if there's anything, because it's not tripping out the breaker, but it's tripping out the overloads, we kind of went through all that stuff, and the panel seems to be working as it should, so.
It's just the pumps working too hard,
It's just the.
making it trip.
It's freezing, yeah,
Yeah.
and so it's just time for both. So I'll forward that quote on here. I'll try to do that even yet this evening. I've had to teach all day today and stuff, but, and then we can put it on the next agenda and you guys can approve that if you need it, so, but. That's all I got for now.
We have to approve that chemical or, yeah,
is there on this agenda?
it's not on this agenda.
It was $1,982 plus shipping, so by the time.
It's on this, yeah.
You didn't submit an invoice or anything.
I didn't submit it, so basically, we've used it before, it's basically just giving the pricing of what it would just buy it, I mean. If you need an official quote from your company, I can get one, but usually you just go online and just order what you need and they ship it to you, so.
And then you guys can put the chemical.
We apply it, yeah,
Apply the
so,
chemical.
yeah, there's a certain schedule we follow, it's right on the side, it tells us if you're roughly this many gallons, you do this, and so, yeah, we can just dose it.
So you're ordering it, or we're ordering it.
I would order it and then it gets billed to you,
Very good.
so.
We need to. approve anything?
Well, are you gonna deny it?
No.
Okay. Then how about you just? submit
Okay.
it?
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
know.
Then it'll be on the next one.
Okay, we'll do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll get the stuff for the pump and we can do that next
We
week.
gotta have the sewer plant running, right?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, with the one pump.
We
gotta
just
get
have to, we just have to babysit it, so when we do need to run it, and just to be clear, these are the digester pumps, these are not like the influent pumps, like pumping into the plant, these are basically the digester. Not to get off into the weeds about it, but we don't need to run these pumps every single day, it's just when we do need them to run, we obviously need them to run, and usually you can just turn them on and they just go, basically what we have to do is turn them on. sit in the chair and watch the lights, and then when the lights shut off, we go back out and reset it, and then it runs for 20 minutes, and then it runs for 5 minutes, then it runs for 15, then it runs for an hour, and yeah, that's kind of how it works.
Is there much of a, do you know if there's much of a lead time on the pumps or they? There should not be a major lead time, because when I talked to them, I don't know the lead time off the top of my head, but when I asked them about that, they were going with a very specific pump manufacturer specifically because there wasn't a long lead time. So no, I don't anticipate it being like weeks and weeks and weeks. We should be able to get it going. But on site, I think within 2 or 3 weeks per week. So. So probably within a month, because it'll be 2 weeks before we approve it, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
And.
So questions, samples come back fine. So.
The only question, not for you, for council, mayor, is regarding, I don't know if you guys saw or heard the blow up on Swisher Strong about like runoff coming over by the street project into the creek, and everybody was saying how we have sewage pouring into the creek and this and that.
And PFAS.
So I didn't know if someone could give an update of exactly what happened.
I think we're.
Is this the?
So this, the white substance. That was-
Yes.
It was went off to the DNR to get tested, and I don't know if that's back yet or.
I think I heard that there was a underground fiber company working in town, and that's where they think this was. Yeah, the sewer project wasn't anywhere near that here.
So do we have to do anything to treat that or?
No.
Dave Schmidt blocked off what they thought where it was coming in, and then I think maybe there's another joint that they found. But
I just wanna make sure when people talk to me about sewage going in our creeks that I can clarify it is that sewage.
What we assume it is bore gel, which is a compound that they mix when they're doing underground drilling that stays in the ground at all times and everything. Well, when Dave Schmidt put that storm sewer line in there,
Just treat it.
it just follows the path of least resistance, which happened to go to that storm sewer, and it's following the path.
And they use that chemical on the bores all the time, so
Yes.
it wouldn't be hazardous. I mean, you couldn't use it if it was hazardous to the ground and everything, so. To me, I know it's not, but what it looked like when you wash on a cement truck, the gunk that comes out of the chute is what it actually looked like to me, but it wasn't, I guess, but.
Yeah. All right. Move on to item 7, public hearing. For post plan. Contact an estimate for the pavement rehabilitation.
Are you opening, or opening, what time?
6:44.
You need a motion to open the public hearing now. On proposed.
So the notice was posted and I did publish it, whether it needed to be or not. Good. And there was no comment received at City Hall. I don't know if anybody.
You're online.
And this is for the park, right?
Yep.
This is for
This is-
all of our
This is for
paving
project.
for this year, including that park.
Yes, including the park, yeah, the whole park, I just wanted to make sure that it was included in that. What other ones besides both of the parks is on the?
Go to your next page now.
Alright.
6, are you closing the public hearing there?
Project plan.
Is there no further comment? Let's close.
What time?
It is 6:44. Item 8 for resolution 22-2025.
Motion to approve resolution 22-2025.
Second.
Roll.
Klein.
Aye.
Enoch.
Aye.
Pujol.
Aye.
Roder.
Aye.
Stag.
Aye.
Number 9, resolution 23-2025.
Motion to approve resolution 23-2025.
Second.
Roll.
Enoch.
Aye.
Pujol.
Aye.
Roder.
Aye.
Stag.
Aye.
Klein.
Aye.
Item 10, report on bids.
So we took bids this morning, 10 o'clock, and there were 4 bids received. The low bid was from Kleesner Construction out of Farley. And that bid was $73,309.96. That was 5% below the engineer's being probable cost. And we would recommend that the city accept that.
Okay, resolution 24/2025.
Motion to approve resolution number 24-2025.
Second. Roll.
Pujol.
Aye.
Roder.
Aye.
Stag.
Aye.
Klein.
Aye.
Enoch.
Right.
Item 12, resolution 25/2025.
This is just the normal transfers from into debt service from the various other funds for the principal and interest payments.
Second.
Roll.
Stag.
Aye.
Klein.
Aye.
Enoch.
Aye.
Roder.
Aye.
Pujol.
13, resolution 26/2025.
Motion to approve resolution 26-2025.
Second.
Roll.
Klein.
Aye.
Enoch.
Aye.
Pujol.
Aye.
Roder.
Aye.
Stag.
Aye.
We're down to number 14, ordinance 17/2025.
So this was just some legislative changes to the state code that we need to get in our own code. Since firework season is upon us.
Second.
Roll.
Enoch.
Aye.
Pujol.
Aye.
Roder.
Aye.
Stag.
Aye.
Klein.
Aye.
Number 15. Waive separate reading requirements for ordinance 17/2025.
Motion to waive second, third readings of ordinance 17-2025.
Second. Roll.
Pujol.
Aye.
Roder.
Aye.
Stag.
Aye.
Klein.
Aye.
Enoch.
Aye.
16 is ordinance 17/2025.
So this is the second and third readings of that. Yes.
Good, second, third.
Second.
Roll.
Roder.
Aye.
Stag.
Aye.
Klein.
Aye.
Enoch.
Aye.
Pujol.
Aye.
Okay, next 17, ordinance 18/2025, first reading.
So this is just, yeah, our code on the plat said to deliver 20 copies. And so I just talked with the engineers on that and we're just request one electronic copy that can be shared obviously with the council. One, and then also with the P and Z members, and then 2 copies that will be kept here at City Hall.
Why do we have 20?
I don't know. I don't, and I even asked the engineers, I'm sure it was back in the day when you needed to send one physically in the mail to the attorney and send one physically to the and everything's electronic, so.
Should be
A motion to approve ordinance number 18/2025.
second. Roll.
Stag, Klein, Enoch,
Aye.
Pujol.
Aye.
Roder,
Aye.
18, waiver to.
so you're waiving the requirement of separate readings.
Motion to waive the second and third reading.
Second.
Or 2025.
Second. Roll.
Klein.
Aye.
Enoch,
Aye.
Pujol.
Aye.
Roder,
Aye.
Stag,
19 is ordinance 19/2025, second, third readings.
right,
Motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Roll.
Enoch,
Aye.
Pujol,
Aye.
Roder,
Aye.
Stag,
Aye.
Klein,
Aye.
Okay, another one, ordinance 19/2025, first reading.
right, this will reflect then, what we'll charge, until July 31st of 2025. And then beginning August 1st, 2025 with the new contractor and the increase that is in the contract with that new contractor every year.
Shelley, do you have what we're paying right now?
It is the 1850, yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yep.
okay, that's.
Okay, so looks on par.
So So the contract was, signed by all parties. And the letters, as you see, went out to the current hauler. Yep,
That's all last week ago.
oh, a lot.
Motion to approve ordinance number 19-2025.
Second. Well,
Pujol.
Aye.
Roder.
Aye.
Stagg.
Aye.
Klein.
I,
Enoch.
Alright,
almost up.
No.
Okay, at this time, we're going to go into
Okay,
Motion to enter into closed session.
Don't we have to have a meeting to adjourn?
you're not adjourning,
Oh,
No.
Sorry.
no,
I
second
the motion.
Cody. And your attorney's here.
Correct?
Just hang on a second. Council can't go into closed session. This has to be asked by someone else. So we need to clear the council chambers of everyone who is who can't be in the closed session. So council can be here, I can be here, employee, can be here. Everyone else needs to be here. And we need to shut down the recording and if anyone's appearing online.
Should it be on the record, the council members vote to go into closed session?
Well, it has to be asked. I think what should be done, somebody needs to read item 21. The mayor should read item 21 what it says.
Okay, possible closed session pursuant of Iowa Code 21.5, subsection 1, paragraph I, to evaluate professional competency of an individual whose appointment, hiring, performance, or discharge is being considered with necessary to prevent needless and irreparable injury to that individual. Repetition of the individual requests closed session. Okay.
Clear the chambers.